got scammed and now I'm getting threatened in less than 24 hours. Aha. So I got this text today. You can pause to read if you need to. And I was like, what the fuck? But you're also probably like, what the fuck as well? Let's do a little bit of backstory. I'm covering this company's name because this very well can be somebody just impersonating them and not the actual company. I did look it up. They do have an office here in LA, but basically, I had signed up for this company's casting call in LA while in line for like another casting call. So I was doing double duty, but they sent me this message. You can pause to read again. And I say, I'm very interested. And they said, like, we'll be delighted to have you, yada, yada, yada. And I asked, like, when and where, and they said that everything will be digital or remote, which, looking back, that's a bit odd because I feel like, especially since I'm not signed to anybody, I feel like you would need to see me in person, maybe get a few headshots, digitals, etc. But whatever. I say, perfect, sounds good. How can I get started? I send them my email. I'm okay with showing on my email because it's literally in my bio. But they send me this form that I fill out, and I fill it out. And they're like, did you get a text from the sponsor? Now, my phone for like the past 10 years has been filtered to unknown and known senders. So sometimes if like somebody texts me and I don't have their number saved, or like a job or like school texts me, it goes in unknown, and I don't usually check that tab all the time, and it doesn't automatically let me know. Like I have to manually go and look through it, whatever. So then I get a text that says, hey, I'm the sponsor for this modeling opportunity, and I trust our casting director, you know, tells you everything. And then he says, I'm sending you a mobile check for your onboarding compensation. What the fuck? Now, like I said, I'm not signed. I've only been through a few casting calls, like for background or just modeling in general, but I've never seen this before in my life. And also, I like am kind of acquainted with this one model. I texted her yesterday, but it was her birthday. Happy birthday to you, babe. So she didn't respond back. Also, like, again, I'm semi-acquainted. The last time I saw this girl was like a few months ago. So, but yeah. I forgot to like cover up his name, but I asked him what his name was. He told me his name. And then he asked what bank I operated with. Yeah. He also asked like if he could send a mobile check and if my bank had a limit to how much he could send me. Like, you know how like a lot of banks, I think this goes for like all banks actually, there's a limit to how much you could deposit. Yeah. So he's like, he sent me screenshots as confirmation, and I was like, okay, I guess. Then he says this, I trust you have a second device, and I say I have a laptop because I was outside and I don't usually bring my laptop with me, especially if I'm just running errands. Like I was at a casting call, and then I went to like Whole Foods and shit. Like I'm not carrying my laptop for that. Then he goes, the check is for 900, but your cut is 300, which again, looking back and even in the moment, I was like, why? Like, wouldn't that already be handled? Like, I don't need to do that. But again, the call was remote/digital. Do I look like a director to you? And then he goes, are you in the right position to deposit the check right now? And I say, definitely. I'm not going to show y'all the check because it could very well be legit, and it could show like confidential information as well. But the check looked like the person just like took a photo of like a default check off of Google, wrote my name and the amount, and then wrote for blank bank mobile check. So I'm not going to show that because it like, but I looked at it and I was like, girl, I'm not getting my shit closed. The fuck? I was like, funny enough, I'm not getting the FBI or the cops called on me because I deposited a fake check. Like, what the fuck? So then he says, can I start the check now? Hello. You a little antsy, ain't you? And then I go, oh, I forgot to say that he put, what do you mean? But he put like WDYM. I've never really communicated with agents like that, but I don't think, I've never seen that before. And then he goes, I trust you received it. And I said, yes, I did. Thank you. I low-key ghosted him because I knew it was fake. And I kind of was just like, I'm not going to respond to him. And then, yeah. Like, if someone changes their mind, you move on. You don't continue to harass them. Which then led to this. I did call 911, but I was on hold because it wasn't like an emergency. I didn't know who to call or what to do. So I'm just letting y'all know. This is insane, and this all started 24 hours ago. So don't engage with this. Again, I don't want to put the company because this could be someone impersonating them because they do have a real office, like they are a real agency. This is just a bit sketchy, and I'm scared.